Hello and welcome. You're with World Business Report. I'm Ms.Bundock. Well, it's been a while since Blackberry has generated this much excitement, at least among tech watchers. Today is the day that the Canadian firm will unveil the Blackberry 10, its newest operating system and a new line of handsets to go with it. The manufacturer, Research in Motion, hopes it will help revive the company's fortunes. Michelle Fleury, who's in New York for us, has been weighing up its chances. And if you want more on that story, please go to our website, www.bbc.com/technology. A lot of analysis and more information there for you. Now, a group of Nigerian farmers will hear today whether their case against Dutch oil giant Shell has been successful. They want the judges to force Shell to clean up the mess created by oil leaks in 3 villages, repair and maintain the defective pipelines, and pay compensation. Shell denies responsibility. They say the leaks are caused by sabotage and theft, and that they do try to clean up the spills. Well, Lisbeth Aine is from the University of Utrecht and has been studying the case and its potential implications. Lisbeth, thanks for being on the programme. First of all, who do you think will win this case? Closely watched, that's for sure, and everybody's saying it will set a precedent. Why is it unique? Lisbeth, we have to leave it there, but thank you very much indeed for your time. Joining us via webcam, she is at the University of Utrecht. Now, yesterday, Beijing was engulfed by pollution more than 20 times higher than world safety levels. That's the second time in 2 weeks. The thick smog forced airlines to cancel flights and prompted government warnings for residents to stay indoors. It's putting a dampener on the yearly spring rush ahead of the Chinese New Year holidays, which officially begins next Saturday. Let's go live to our bureau in Beijing now and speak to Damien Grammaticus, our correspondent there. Damien, what's it like today?
Sally, take a look behind me. This is the view out of our window at the minute, right now, and not good. It's pretty filthy, the air quality today. Not quite as bad as yesterday, amazingly. I mean, look at that. You can't see through it. Yesterday, it was even worse. This is about, the levels of pollution here are about a third lower than yesterday. According to the Beijing government, they say the air quality reading is, the latest reading I have from them, 292. They say heavily polluted. The American embassy has its own monitoring. That usually comes out higher. That's 336, which it says is hazardous. At that level, old people, children are all advised to stay indoors and not do anything strenuous. Everyone else is told to only go outside, but not exercise outside. And certainly no one with any heart condition or respiratory condition should be going outside either. But this, I have to say, now is about 15 times the WHO sort of daily exposure level. It was, just a couple of weeks ago, 40 times that. So this doesn't feel too bad compared with the way it has been, but it's still pretty awful.
Good job you're indoors then, Damien, considering. But tell us the impact this is having, because of course yesterday flights had to be grounded. I mean, it must have quite a big impact for businesses and people trying to work in Beijing.
Well, it does. I mean, the travel problems yesterday affected not just Beijing, I have to say. It's a whole huge swathe of northern and eastern China. The government was saying yesterday an area about twice the size of France is affected by this. No wind conditions, basically the pollution building up. All of this comes from power plants, coal power, from vehicle emissions, industrial emissions. Now, what happened yesterday was in Beijing. There were, I think, several dozen flights delayed. We understand there are more problems at the airport this morning, but in other cities it was worse. In Henan, Zhengzhou in Henan, about 100 flights cancelled. And all of this, as you're saying, just as China is warming up to this spring holiday when lots and lots of people, millions and millions of people will be on the move. So it could cause really serious problems if it continues.
All right, Damien, we'll keep up to date with that. Thank you very much indeed for telling us how it's going there today. Now let's brief you on the world's biggest online retailer. That's Amazon, of course. It announced a rise in sales. Revenues went up by 22% in the last 3 months of rise to restore government finances. Now, let's take a look at the financial markets today in Asia to have a sense of how things are going. Those are the currencies. The dollar still buying over 90 yen. It's kind of been in that place for quite some time, well, the last couple of days anyway. Let's try and bring you the Asian numbers so you have a sense of how it's going. As you can see, strong gains for Japan. This is the highest the Asian markets have been for something like 17 months, mainly on the good corporate stories coming from companies' earnings in the States and here. I'll see you soon.